What's going on YouTube? Mr. Ferguson here once again in Central North Carolina. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday today. You're watching this, I'm filming this on a Saturday. I had done some videos previously talking about the last video on Friday that came out. We were talking about when to overseed. We're approaching that time. I am getting started in my area just a little bit early. So today is my big day. I'm going to be throwing down seed today, and then I'm going to be focusing my attention on the project lawn up at my church, which we're doing Jonathan Green products there, and we'll be doing that around probably the time most of you are doing yours. But I'm getting started just a little bit early. Go check out the previous videos about soil temps, about when's the best time to overseed. We've been working and prepping here in my lawn, and I've got a little more prep work to do before we throw down the seed and throw down the products. If you've been watching these the channel here recently, you know you're very familiar with all the things that you see behind me. We've got the earthway spreader here. We got a peat moss spreader for the first time this year, which I'm excited about. You've got the GCI Turf Type Tall Fescue new blend sitting back here. Another small bag over here. We've got off camera protein starter fertilizer we're going to be throwing down. And in the jar, we got RGS, we got a little bit of propiconazole, we got some tenacity back there as well. So all of this is going down today. We've got bales of peat moss. I got 3 up front, 1 here in the back. But I'm going to be kicking off. This is going to be a longer video, so I hope you're going to tune in. I'm not going to show every single aspect of what I'm doing. Please, we're gonna fast forward a little bit. But the big day videos, I always try to give a little more detail about why I'm doing what I'm doing, show you everything I'm doing, and be very transparent, because this is what I do all the time. This is how my lawn turns out looking awesome, and I have no doubt that it will do the same this year with good watering the seed. It's going to sprout, it's going to spring up. The first thing that I want to do, I cut my grass Wednesday, and I told you guys on the Friday video that I cut it down the lowest I've ever cut it, which was around the setting just below 3, 2 point something. I don't know what it is. I'm actually going to mow it again, and I just got done playing 18 holes of golf. We're right around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm starting a little late. I have noticed it's getting dark. Somewhere around 8 o'clock it's getting dark, so I've got about 6 hours to get all this done. I'm going to grab the mower is back here. I don't know if you can see it down at the shed. I'm going to throw the bag on the mower. I'm going to bag my mow. I'm going to bring it down a hair. This is the lowest. I'm getting a little more risky this year, so let me jump on the mower. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut the whole entire lawn a little bit shorter. I always seem to have grass way taller than the baby grass, and so I want to get it down as low as I feel comfortable. I think I can go down one more setting and mow it. So it's not going to be fun. I'm going to run through it, rush through it really fast, but I want to get it low, and then we're going to come back and we're going to be talking about putting down our seed. So be right back. Let's cut it low. Whew. Boy, when I look back at this, I am not going to remember how hot and sweaty I am right now, because so if you see this right here, this line, I did drop it down, and I just did not feel comfortable burning it up that much, going that low on the turf. I was trying to go into bag mode, and apparently I need to really spray down and clean my mower. I worked on it for a minute. It's like I do not have time for this, so I just had to go into mulch mode, and I did a down and back pass right around 2. So it's super short. Now, I wish I could have done it all like that, and if I was able to bag, I probably would have, but being I was in mulch mode, I was like, nope, I just barely cut any off. It was very difficult to see where I was, but anyways, hopefully you can see there. We have cut it low, so that makes me feel better in my mind that now the lawn is down to at least somewhere around 2.5 inches. So it is really low. So the existing grass, and there's no rain this week until really the end of the week. So we'll do some watering, but the existing grass won't have too much of a head start on the hopefully on the baby grass. So I set my mower. It was cool when I was putting it away. I was like, you know what? The next time that I use my mower, it is going to be cutting fresh, brand new grass, and that's really exciting. So now we're ready for seed. We're not doing any aerating here on my lawn. We're going to test this. It makes me super nervous now that I'm doing it, that I'm not aerating for the first time and just putting the seed and doing it all without the aeration. I like aeration. I've read many things. I know that you don't have to aerate every single year. Many people say that you do not have to. It still makes me nervous in my gut. But we're going to go with the program. We're going to go with the plan. So back over to our stash. Next up is the seed. We're using our brand new Earthway and we are going to do our GCI turf type tall fescue. And I've got another little small 10-pound bag over here. Just keep in mind, one of the things, I had somebody talking about rates. If you're doing straight up bare grass, go to GCI Turf. First off, let me tell you this. Go to GCITurfAcademy.com. Look, pick the closest seed to what you're putting down. Most of us probably are doing something similar to just tall fescue. So the GCI turf type tall fescue blend, scroll down, it gives you Pete's recommended rates. Somebody was asking me about that. For a poor lawn, I think he was saying between 6 and 8. For a bare ground, 8 to 10 pounds per thousand. If you're doing just an overseed like this, 4 to 6, something like that. Don't quote me on those, but go to GCITurfAcademy.com, click on the seed, turf type tall fescue, scroll down in the description, and Pete gives you recommended rates. This is about a 45-pound bag. I've only used a couple handfuls to repair last year, so it is a 45-pound bag, and I got a 10-pound bag. The last thing I want to tell you before we seed is don't throw every single bit of your seed out. Keep a little bit for spots that may not come in and you want to repair, or buy a little 3-5-pound bag and go ahead and order that. If you accidentally don't think about this, you're like, crap, I spread all of my seed, I have no seed in my shed, my garage. Keep a little bit back just for repairs if you're mindful of that. If not, get you a little bit. Sometimes areas don't come up, you want to reseed, so just keep that in mind. We're going to now seed. We'll show you a little bit of that. So the next step, cut it low. Next step, throw down your seed. So let's do that. Let's throw down all of this beautiful seed and move forward. Adjusting on the fly. Let me wait till I get this in here. I'm in the backyard. I've got one section left. I still have a whole 10-pound bag. This is I know somebody's going to ask, Mr. Ferguson, what do you put your earthway on? Well, in the very beginning, I started with my taking it back and bumping it against 20 on the earthway residential spreader. I was very generous in the front yard, very generous. Actually did I did a plenty by the mailbox, sprinkled some, you should have saw. And as I got back here and opened it up a little bit more to 25, I noticed I've got a lot of seed left. So I did more in the back, but also the back is a little thinner than the front. So basically, long story short, I bumped it back to around 25. So my handle is hitting around 23 or so. And I feel like I'm really pushing it out more, but you just be cautious. Don't go by my numbers. How much seed do I have? You would rather come up short with tons of seed left and go back over than run it all in your front yard and be like, oh my gosh, I'm out of seed and I can't even overseed my backyard. Be very cautious of that. So I have filled back up for the third time. I've got this last strip by the dead trees over here to do. And then what I'm going to do is crack open the 10-pound bag and go over the front lawn again. I want to, when I lay my head down tonight, I want to know that I put down almost all of this seed. I've left a little bit for repair, but almost all of this seed, I know that I've got enough seed on the ground. I don't need to come out here and think and reseed. I need to be patient, know that I did the right thing. So adjust your spreader on the fly. That's my answer if you're going to be doing this and overseeding. So let's finish up seeding. Let's get into the next step. Man, so the seeding is now complete and I am very hot. 18 holes of golf is not smart on the big day, but we've cut our grass low. We got that accomplished. I've now feel very good about spreading the GCI turf type tall fescue seed everywhere. Again, adjust the rates on your spreader if you need to. With the Earthway, this is the first time I've used it to spread seed. I started very generous with the seed spreading in the front lawn through the side. When I had to fill up the first time, I was like, I have a whole lot of seed left. So I opened it up a little bit more, and then I finished and filled up and did more in the front yard. So I feel really good about placing seed everywhere. If we came up short somewhere, it's not the end of the world. Don't stress out. We've got plenty of time for this grass to germinate, grow. We can evaluate several 2 mows later. Okay, why didn't this come up? I clearly didn't put enough seed here. We can add seed as we go. We have a large window of seeding, so don't stress if you don't get it perfect the first time. So what I have here, for those that have been watching, a 15-22-10, this is Protein Performance Starter Fertilizer. You do not have to use a starter fertilizer. I actually don't need any more phosphorus in my lawn according to my last soil test, but I'm just going with a standard. I want to try the protein starter fertilizer because I've never tried it. Now, if you go to the link in the description and you're interested in protein, I can tell you several things that is really cool about this particular fertilizer that I like. Number one, it looks awesome when it kicks in. It lasts for 90 days. That's the biggest benefit, is this protein lasts for 90 days. It's a slow release. This is going to take me all the way in close to the end of fall into winter, just with this one application, one big shot of it here at seeding time. So that's one great thing. The prills are very small on it. It spreads super evenly. And so I haven't blown any of the seed off because I'm going to do my fertilizer next. Then I'm going to get my backpack blower and I want to spray, blow everything from the concrete off into the ground at that point. So we'll do that after we do our starter but the fertilizer is next. It is hot. I'm motivating myself through some terrible Gatorade Zero. Whoever came up with this, you stink. Natural, normal Gatorade orange is the best. Don't ever buy Zero, it's no good. I'm just kind of taking a breather now, but here we go. Now we're ready to throw down our starter fert, and this is going to get watered in as well. This bag particularly is a 40-pound bag, and it covers 10,000 square feet. But I know that this covers 10,000 square feet. I'm roughly about 8,200, so I'm just going to eyeball it and keep a little bit less, keep a little bit in the bag and use 3/4 of this. I'm not going to get super 1 pound per I'm not. I'm a DIYer. I don't care to go that route. I'm just going to throw down about, leave about a little less than 1/4 of the bag left. I'm giving it a big shot. That's just the way I do it. If you want to go buy it, on the label, Pete says 1 pound of P, apply 4.5 pounds per 1,000. Let me load this up and let's spread our protein into the ground. So I'll just say, as now I've done my trim pass, guys. I'm doing what's left in here. I'm just going to finish on the front lawn. The smaller prills of the protein definitely make a difference in what setting you have on your Earthway. So if you've got an Earthway residential, you probably know this. If you're somebody like me that's been doing liquid fert, just realize you just need to adjust this thing. I think Alan Haynes said the same thing. It depends on the prill size. Like, seeds are definitely bigger than the small size of this fertilizer. It's literally like sand. I don't know if you can see that, how well you can see that, but it's like sand. It is very, very small. And it's not like Stress Blend, it's not like Flagship. It is very small. So you just have to continually adjust your setting, and hopefully everything will turn out right, and we just don't put too much down in one spot. That's the one thing you want to try to avoid. All right, guys, so man, we've done a lot today already. We've gotten the mowing done. I don't know how long this video is up until this point, but man, I am already exhausted. I didn't even aerate today, but the 18 holes probably is harder than aerating, to be honest with you, to drain your energy. But we've cut our grass low. We have put down our seed. We have put down our fert. And if you have iron in your fert, you definitely want to do what I just did, which is blow everything off from your concrete. Iron will stain your concrete permanently. So definitely, regardless, you want to get all that seed, all that overthrow. Don't worry about it when you're seeding and putting your fert down and it throws it on the concrete. Blow it all off and you'll be just fine. But take that important step. It's worth it. So now we're getting into the more difficult tasks as we get closer to no daylight. I'm in the shade, just taking a break. But next we're going to mix up our backpack sprayer and we're going to put down an application. Now we've got our seed, we got our fert. If you want, you could just go peat moss at this point or whatever covering you choose to do, and I think you would be perfectly fine. I like to go this additional step. So I'm going to set you up around back where we've been. We're going to, I'm going to mix something. I'm not going to go through the whole process for sake of this video not being so long. We're going to do some RGS, we're going to do some tenacity, and we're going to do a little bit of propiconazole. Why are you doing propiconazole? Well, we're just going to go mix it in a second, but the reason why root growth stimulant is RGS, I really feel like it helps at time of seeding. I put it down every year. I like it. It makes me feel good putting it down, and 3 ounces per 1,000, you're good. Tenacity, it comes with the little syringe. So I put down a backpack full. I do 8 gallons per backpack, so you want to make sure you're putting down enough. So I do 2 syringe fulls of 4 gallons, put that in, and we're good to go. That's equals 8. Then we're going to mix up the propiconazole. Really, I'm not putting a ton down. I've only got a little bit, so somewhere around 4 ounces or so. That's 0.5 per 1,000, something like that. Propiconazole has been known to help germination. So if you struggle with your seed germinating and you want it to germinate as quick as possible without doing pre-germination in a bucket or whatever, add some propiconazole in. Plus, we're going to be watering a whole lot, so it doesn't hurt to have some fungicide in there. So without further ado, let's go around, let's mix that up, and we're done with the granular stuff. Let's get to the liquid spray. All right, so we're gonna do this really quick, and I'll probably chop it up in editing, but we've got our water already in. If you've got a backpack sprayer, you probably know all this. I just like to talk my way through what I'm doing. For people that may not want to admit out loud, they don't know what they're doing. Hey, it's all good. So we've already got roughly 1.5 gallons of water in here. First thing I'm gonna do is my RGS, and if we shake it up, that's the first thing you wanna do, get all that good sea kelp and stuff off the bottom. And if you look at it, 3 ounces, the max rate is 6, so you can go anywhere between 3 to 6. I need to get a paper towel or my wife will kill me, so let me dump this in. It's very liquidy, and I did let it set out after we did our test on the plugs. It set outside for a while, so I hope I did. Main thing, because I have weeds, I think the tenacity is more important this year than probably in previous years. So we're gonna mix this up now. Let me get behind the camera and show you. So if you buy the Tenacity brand, they give you this syringe, and you can see gallons of water. So if you had a 4-gallon backpack sprayer and that's how you spray it, you would simply fill this up to 4, insert, and go. So guys, my Tenacity bottle is super low on liquid, so I actually had to lean it up against the steps to kind of pull it up so I could get the syringe in there. But here's my Tenacity. It's going in. I wanted to get this right because I do have weeds, and I want to make sure I handle those weeds. And lastly, we're going to be very generous with our propiconazole, our fungicide, as we talked about. So I'm going to go 4 ounces, 5 per 1,000 right there of propiconazole. Propiconazole does bubble up a little bit, so that's why I like to do that last. And I've only got a hair left, so I'm just going to pour that in as well. All right, and at this point, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna get my drill. We're going to mix all this up together, and let's apply. So guys, the spray is done. My phone cut off as I was about to record, so I may have gotten a little bit to put in here, but it smells like propiconazole out here now, so it smells like I did something. So now is the last and final job when I'm tired as crap, and I may not get to watering today. I may just wait and water tomorrow after church, but is the peat moss. This is gonna be fun, and I'm doing it by myself. So I think I want to start right here in the side lawn and do a whole bale with the spreader. I'm gonna have to hand spread it really by the mailbox, and anyways, let's use this and let's get it done best we can. So there's my first time using the peat moss spreader, and once again, you guys are absolutely correct. I should have got a much larger one if I made the big bucks, but I do not. So it definitely sucks having the small one, and it is a struggle right now for me to get a full bag into that little hopper. I used one bag very quickly. It does come out very fast, and the bad part about the roller is there may be areas that I'm trying to get to that don't necessarily need peat moss, but there's no off switch, so you're just wasting it. So it's good and bad. So I've got 3 bales left. I definitely want to run some right here on this strip area, so I'm going to do one pass here, and then I'm going to definitely do the bank. The bank and the mailbox have to get done. That's the worst spots, and then everything else is just whatever I have left over. So sorry, I'm gonna film the bank part and then I'm done filming. I hate filming. For a YouTuber, I absolutely hate to film my work. It's just aggravating, and I'm running out of daylight. So let's film rolling the bank, and we're gonna get this real good with peat moss, and then we'll come back and close out the video, because thank God today will be over. I'm exhausted. Well, you guys, there you go. My Milnor, the very new sprinkler that goes big, tall in the air, is not oscillating. It's just stuck in neutral. So that's a pain. I am tired. I'm going to end it here. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to wait. We can just save that for another video. I'm going to water a little bit. I haven't eaten all day. My wife's bringing some food, but I am exhausted. I will never play golf on the day that I'm going to overseed, because my mind is like, oh, you can do that, no problem. And I am worn slam out. I'm done. So I need more peat moss. There's some areas that I didn't get that I wanted to get. So I'm just running this 15 minutes per cycle. I'm definitely going to hit the front yard, and we'll go from there. We'll show you the finished result. Besides what you can see behind me, the peat moss spreader is great. It does, you got to get used to it and how to operate it. and where to load it up and everything, but I like it. It was great for the strip over here. You know, I did a line down here, but I need some. There's a couple spots in the back I wish I'd have got. The area by the shed that I didn't get, that I wish I'd have got that too. So anyways, definitely use the peat moss everywhere. Use some here in the front so we can watch it here. Got the bank really well, but gonna water at least the front yard, eat, and just chill. And we'll see if we do a little bit of water and maybe do the rest of the property tomorrow. But keeping the seed moist. Is going to be a little warm in the 90s this week. I'm not too thrilled about how much I filmed for this video. Typically I try to mix it up and show behind the scenes and all that stuff, but man, I'm just so tired, guys. I pray you forgive me. But we got our work done. We cut our grass, we put down our seed, then we turned around and did the fertilizer, then we turned around and did a backpack full of RGS, propiconazole, and tenacity, and then we turned around and did the peat moss spreader, and that's what, you know, will wear you out picking up those bales as well. So God bless you guys. The deed is done. I'll keep you posted on how it's going to turn out. It's looking good right now, but obviously that starter fert, everything's going to begin to come to life. So I'm going to take some pictures of day 1 or day 0, and hopefully you'll stay subscribed. Check out the videos to see the progress of starting a little bit above 70 degrees soil temperatures. Will it pass or fail? Find out soon. God bless you guys. Good night.